What's up, YouTube family? It's Maurice Bay here, the helpful trucker. And in this video, man, I just got some stuff I want to get off my chest, actually. It's like 4 in the morning right now, actually 5 in the morning right now, and I'm way ahead of schedule. I don't even need to be out this early. I've been out since about 3:30, actually. Maybe about 4. And I know it looks like it's light out here because I'm sitting under the fuel island, but it's really not. It's dark out here. So I couldn't really sleep last night. Was just thinking about all of the stuff, just thinking about this transition going from being in this truck that I'm in right now, which is somebody else's truck, to getting my own truck. And really, man, this video right here, I really just kind of want to vent. I just want to get some of the stuff out of my head that I'm thinking about. Like I said, I didn't sleep that good last night. Just trying to put all the pieces together. So you saw the title of the video. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. The mental barriers, the thought processes, what I'm thinking about, why I'm feeling a bit hesitant right now, again, to continue making the move. So I just want to talk to you. This video will be for anybody that is looking at getting their own truck and is kind of just wondering what needs to be done to make it happen, and just wondering what they need to be thinking about. So if you've been following along on my videos lately, you know that is kind of the journey that I'm on right now. So, but you know, and I go back and forth with it, man. I go up and down with it. I'm gung-ho about it. I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited about it right now. Actually, so much so that I'm feeling a bit anxious, feeling anxiety towards it, right? So I'm just gonna run down some of the stuff that I'm thinking about, man. I'm just gonna get right into it. I got a few minutes before I gotta roll out. Like I said, I'm ahead of schedule. So, but you know, I get, you know, the first thing I'm thinking about that comes to mind is I located a truck that I'm going to look at this weekend. This is the first week after Thanksgiving. It's it's December the 1st today. It's December the 1st today. So it's Tuesday morning, and I located a truck that I'm going to check out this weekend. A friend of mine that I've been talking to and letting know, well, not really a friend, an associate, a guy that I know that I've been talking to about what I'm looking to do. He's got a few trucks. He's got 2 drivers and maybe 3 trucks. And this is a truck that a friend of his told him about. And he said he was thinking about getting it just for a backup, but he showed it to me. He put me on to the guy. And if everything works out, which I'm not sure if it is, I'm going to see the truck this weekend. This truck, I'm going to be able to get it dirt cheap. I don't even want to speak about the price yet, but I'm going to be able to get it dirt cheap. It needs a little bit of work from what I understand about it so far. It needs some EGR work. Maybe need another maybe need to replace the EGR and maybe be able to bypass the EGR. I still got to figure that out. It needs an alternator, probably a couple of batteries, and 4 tires. Those are the things that the truck is going to need. And after that, it's supposed to be, it could potentially be a good truck. It's an 07 that I'm going to look at. So I'm going to look at that this weekend. Now, the main dilemma, the main reason I ain't sleep too good last night was because I did some checking around in my accounts. And I don't have the amount of money that I planned on having to go into this endeavor yet, which was $15,000. But one of the reasons I don't have the money that I planned on having yet is because I'm pulling the trigger on getting the truck a little bit early. I was planning on this going down around February or March. But you know, because, you know, I've been looking around for trailers, looking for work, you know, getting figures and quotes and stuff on insurance and expenses and all of that stuff. And so I located this truck, and I'm thinking it makes sense to pull the trigger on the truck if it's the right truck, if it looks to be what I think it may be. But again, I am a little bit, it's like, all right, you know, I'm a little bit light on cash at this point. I have enough to turn the deal with the truck, but again, I don't have as much money as I planned on having, which really is you could argue whether $15,000 is enough to start anyway. Okay. Originally my plan was to start off with finding a truck that's less than 10 and basically having the rest in the bank, you know what I mean? And then, you know, also having account at a local mechanic shop as well. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit, but yeah. So I'm feeling a little bit apprehensive about that. And just the whole process, man. It's so much to it, you know. The job that this truck that I'm in right now is a decent paying job. I'm not 100% sure at this point whether I'm going to be able to put the truck that I'm going to get on the same job that I'm on right now. So I like the job that I'm on right now. I see the opportunity to make decent money on the job that I'm on right now. My truck that I'm in right now is on, but I'm not 100% sure as of this point, as of yet, that I'm going to be able to put my truck onto this job once I get it. I still got to have a conversation with the owner of the company that this truck is leased to. I still got to have a conversation with them. Not that this truck is leased to, but that, you know, we're leased to, that we got, you know, the owner-operator agreement with. I still got to find out from him what's the possibility of being able to put my truck on over there. I think once I have a conversation with him, it's gonna make me feel a bit clearer, because then I'll know whether I can put my truck on with him or whether I need to be looking somewhere else. I have some other potential places to lease on to as well, right? That are local, that I've already kind of built relationships with the people. But I'm a little leery about, you know, I know my numbers. I know what I feel. I think I know what I need to be making to make this whole thing work. And I'm talking about income on a regular basis. I think I know what type of income I need to be bringing in with my truck to make this work. So while I'm more sure about certain companies that I could lease on to, it's like the companies that I know I could lease on to, I question whether I can make enough. And the companies that I know I can make enough, that I feel like I can make enough, I'm still at this point, I'm questioning whether I can get my truck on with them or not. So I got to have some conversations with those people that are with the companies that I feel like I can make enough with my truck to get some clarity about whether I can put my truck on with them or not. I haven't had those conversations yet. So that's making me feel a bit apprehensive, because I'm making okay money with the truck, you know, with driving somebody else's truck right now. And I don't have to worry about fixing the truck and all of that stuff that I would have to worry about once I get my own truck. I don't have to deal with all of that stuff now. Yeah, I don't have to deal with all of that stuff now. So what I'm finding, right, is that in trucking, in this industry, it's like it's always a trade-off. It's like it seems like it's always, not always, but there is a trade-off. So it's like you in some cases you think you could, you know, and I've talked about this in other videos. It's the top line figure is not always what it is, because there's so many other things to factor in. So you could be in a situation where you make more per load or per mile, but you make less overall because you get less miles, or you're getting less loads, or there's more downtime, right? Or, you know, there's a lot of wait time at one company, and at another company, there's not a lot of wait time. You're getting paid less per mile over here, but there's not a lot of wait time. You're getting paid more per mile over here, but there's a lot of wait time over here. There's another company where you get paid less per mile, but there's more miles available, and they pay you for wait time. And I'm just saying, it's so much diversity. It's so many things that you got to factor in when you're looking at when you're looking at how much money you're gonna be able to bring in with your truck, how much money you're gonna be able to gross with your truck, and how much money you're gonna be able to net with a truck. So many things to be able to have to factor in. So again, I gotta have some more conversations with the people that I can get with, that can give me work, so I can get a clearer understanding of what my gross can be with this truck once I get my truck. So again, I hope I'm not rambling. I know I probably sound like I am, but this is just the stuff that's causing me to be it's like, oh man, am I making the right move? Am I making the right move? Are things going to improve as a result of me getting my own truck, right? Because again, at the end of the day, it's not just about having your own truck, it's about bringing home more profit. So it's like, okay, is the risk worth the reward? And you can talk to people in trucking that will let you know the risk is definitely worth the reward. I know people that will advocate for the risk definitely being worth the reward, but I also talk to people that'll say the risk isn't worth the reward. So it's just one of those things that, I guess it kind of goes back to something else that I say about trucking being personal. Trucking is very personal, and it has a lot to do with your individual personal preferences. So I guess I gotta really look into me and look into my own personal preferences. I gotta really look deeper into that to figure out to get more understanding about what I really want. Because I don't want to set myself up, man. I don't want to set myself up, you know what I mean? And while there is the side of things that says, hey, man, you're going to get this truck and you're going to find the work that you need to find because it's out there, and you're going to find it because you're looking for it. There's that side of me. And then there's also the side of, man, just because you get your own truck and start driving for yourself don't necessarily mean your bottom dollar is going to improve if you're not able to do the things that you need to do to pull it off. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to think about, man. And I'm still committed to going forward at this point. It doesn't make sense to not to, but these are some of the things that I'm thinking about that's really caught that it's some part of the reason why I didn't sleep good last night. Just how to execute this whole thing, just how to do this whole thing. So I really just wanted to make this video just to get this off of my chest. Just to kind of talk through it in my own head, man. So I hope you got some value from the video if you're the individual that is potentially gonna be considering getting your own truck in the future. If you have, then another thing is, man, I don't know how to work on trucks. I don't know how to work on trucks, man. And there's so many little issues that come up out here on the road. Yesterday, just to give you a quick example, and I'm about to get off here, but yesterday, just to give you a quick example on the tipper that we go on right now, I met my uncle in the place, and he was upset. He was like, I put a guy on my truck, my other truck, and the guy got up on the tipper and didn't cut the truck off. And luckily it wasn't a huge issue. But I mean, he thought it was going to be a huge issue. And he was like, just like that, man, that truck might be gone. And it was the first day that he put a guy out there. And, it worked out where the engine automatically shut off once it got up on the tipper. That's what happened with that truck. So it wasn't a big issue. But my uncle is a guy that knows what he's doing as far as a truck. He knows how to fix trucks. He knows how to work on trucks. He knows what to do to find work. He knows what to do when he get a truck. A lot of people feel like, once you get a truck, it's just going to be okay. But you got to know what to do with a truck once you get it. And I have an advantage because I'm working with people and with mentors that I know are going to help me. But it's just like, man, I'm vulnerable. When I first get out there, I know I'm going to be vulnerable because I'm not going to be that confident in my ability to find work for the truck. And hopefully I can get on with a good company where I don't have that issue. But so far in the 3 or 4 years that I've been in this truck, that ain't the easiest thing to do, to get on with a company that's gonna keep you busy, or keep you working like you want to work. It's possible, but it ain't guaranteed to happen. So I know when I first get out there, I'm gonna be behind on my knowledge as far as what to do with the truck. I'm gonna learn. I know that, but I also know that I'm gonna be behind on my knowledge as far as how to fix the truck, how to work on the truck. Right now, when I'm in this truck that I'm in right now with my pop, when something happens with it, he's not in the truck. I'm the one that's got to take the time to get it to the shop. And if it's down, go ahead, you good. And if it's down, of course, the truck ain't making no money, so he's not making no money. I'm not making any money as a driver either. But there have been times with this truck where, I'm running it by the shop for something that could be done, or that maybe even should be done myself. It's a lot of those things that I just don't know how to do. And while it does cost me when I'm in somebody else's truck making a mistake like that, it's gonna cost me more. I know that when I'm in my own truck and I make mistakes like that. So I know that I'm light on my knowledge as far as working on a truck and maintaining a truck and upkeeping a truck. I know all of that good stuff. So it's an intimidating process, man. It's an intimidating process. So I feel good about having mentorship. That's something that I would recommend to anybody that's making that transition. From what I hear, there's a lot of people that do it with no mentorship, because you don't have to have mentorship. But, if you're trying to get from, where you are to New York or to somewhere else, or to California or to Virginia or wherever, you're trying to get from point A to point B, and you've never been to point B before, it's best to find somebody that's been at point B destination before and ask them how to get there. You know what I mean? So that's the benefit in having mentors in trucking. So I'm fortunate that I've got a few mentors in trucking, but it can get confusing even with mentors, because people are in different lanes, people do different things, people run their businesses different ways, and people will give you different insights and different perspectives on different approaches you could potentially take. And if you're the new guy, you got to figure out a way to sort through all of that. So it's a whole lot to think about, man. It's a whole lot to think about. Again, I know I rambled on for enough time now. Just wanted to get some of this off my chest. Trying to walk you guys through the process to take you along with me on the journey of going from getting my own truck, from driving somebody else's truck to getting my own truck. So if you want to continue to follow along the journey, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified as I upload more videos. And if you got value from this video, click the like button. If you're still watching at this point, I appreciate you checking out the content. Feel free to leave me a comment down below if you want. I do see all of the comments that you guys put down. So this is Maurice Bay, the Helpful Trucker, and we moving forward. I'm gonna keep it in the lanes, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next video.